3-year-old girl's parents tell me they're convinced this was a kidnapping attempt, but Union City police, while saying the girl was brave, say they don't think these guys were targeting her or her family.
She just is smart enough to react fast enough,
Yeah.
right? And we're very blessed.
Video circulating on social media shows an 8-year-old girl outside her Union City home getting ready for school when she sees 4 young men get out of a car across the street. She quickly turns around and runs to her house, but the 4 chase after her. The girl's mother screamed at them and slammed the front door shut, blocking them from coming inside. It happened at about 7:45 Friday morning on Tidewater Drive. I spoke to the girl's parents, who are shaken but grateful she's okay. They did not want to be identified.
We're very proud of our daughter for being vigilant and alert. If she didn't react fast enough, it could have been a kidnapping.
Who are we to tell that this is not a kidnapping or attempted kidnapping?
She was awesome. She was so sharp and aware of her surroundings.
Union City Police Sergeant Brandon Hayward agrees the girl and her mother acted bravely, but investigators don't believe the group was trying to kidnap the girl.
Sort of a crime of opportunity, where they were waiting for somebody in the area to either come out to get in their car or someone to be out walking in the morning.
And it's a learning lesson for the community, right? It's a learning lesson for the community to teach our children to be vigilant, to be alert, not to be on their phones and distracted on the streets, because any situation can possibly happen, right?
For guys to be doing that, well, you just got to be really callous to be chasing after somebody's young like that.
Neighbor Tafu Makasini says there's no question the group was after the little girl.
It was clear as day, like because they ran faster trying to catch her.
Now, Union City Police tell me they are working on a number of promising leads, and that this incident does not appear to be a linkage to a possible kidnapping attempt of an 11-year-old girl 2 days earlier as she was heading to school.
Why wouldn't it be a link? Why wouldn't this exactly be that? Why can we not say that this is a link to the same type of people or the same type of criminals that's doing this? Shout out to the girl because she was really, really smart. You also probably want to give some credit to her parents for, teaching her how to react in this type of situation. But now this just proves that we need to be a lot more vigilant about our children, because there's some straight up monsters that are willing to take another man's child, another woman's child, and do God knows what, probably some form of trafficking, because we know that trafficking human beings is much more profitable than even drugs or guns within our community. Now we got to watch our children. And this is another reason why we want our authorities, we want to continue to put up, as many police officers as possible. I see what's happening over there in New York City. I see that Mom Donnie is becoming the man, and he's talking about defund the police. Brandon Johnson also stands for defunding the police, and this is why, in order to try to save the Chicago city budget, he's asking the police officers to cut $100 million, $90 to $100 million from the police budget, and then they reallocate some of the funds that they have left over to community safety, as far as just like, social workers and stuff like that. But when we see our children, that is something that should trigger everybody. Everybody should be very much upset at the idea that these criminals and these gangsters feel as though it's okay to go out and just prowl. And see, I do think that this is a crime of opportunity, because what's basically happening over in these areas is that they are, and this is over in Union City, right? A stone's throw away from Oakland, and people are doing anything for money. They willing to go and steal somebody's kid. They willing to go traffic. They'll sell guns. They'll break the law. They'll scam. They'll do anything that they can in order to make a couple dollars. So you got 4 or 5 guys running around in the neighborhood in the daylight, actually waiting to see a little child so that they can kidnap the child and then do whatever it is that they want to do with that kid. And so again, we should be very, very vigilant and upset and angry. And I don't know how that whole neighborhood shouldn't be angry and upset, because if they're willing to jump out of a car and try to kidnap a little girl, God knows what they're willing to do to anybody else, because I just don't trust anybody anymore. You see people riding around in a car, they got on all black, they got on masks, and then as soon as the little girl come out And good thing she was aware and she just ran straight back into the house. And I'm assuming that she also locked the door. Hopefully she wasn't there by herself, because if it's my daughter, because you always try to put yourself in these type of situations to say what you would and wouldn't do. And none of us know what we would do unless we were in that situation. But I'd like to imagine if it was my kid, then I would absolutely be trying to take them dudes' heads off. Every last one of them dudes need to be having their heads taken off if it's my kid, right? And so that whole community should be vigilant. They should be having neighborhood watches. We used to have neighborhood watches when we was younger, but now we don't have any type of thing like that anymore, because everybody is segmented and everybody is for themselves. Nobody actually believes in community. Nobody believes in police officers. Nobody believes in actually building relationships and knowing who your neighbors are so you can be aware of what's going on. They say that you too nosy and stuff like that. But good on this little girl for putting herself in a position to be able to survive such a tragic, what could have been a super tragic situation.
All right, now to a follow-up to a story we first brought you last night on NBC Bay Area. Union City police say they're on the hunt for 4 men who appear to have been attempting a home invasion robbery. Police are crediting a very alert girl for thwarting a possible attack, and it was all caught on home surveillance video. NBC Bay Area's Damien Trujillo is in Union City with the update on this disturbing story.
Union City police tell me they are following some very positive leads. Meanwhile, this community is left in shock and disbelief. The surveillance video is disturbing as a young girl is walking out of her home at 7:45 on Friday morning. 4 men with guns jump out of a white car parked across the street and run to her. The alert girl runs back inside and tells her mom to dial 911 because someone is trying to kidnap her.
Yeah, it's a truck. Literally, it's a truck in a driveway. It's multiple vehicles in a driveway. They should have, man, them dudes shouldn't even be, I don't know. California laws, it's a little crazy.
Runs back inside and tells her mom to dial 911 because someone is trying to kidnap her. Neighbors today were still shaken by the news.
That is so scary. My daughter showed it to me on his phone. That was really scary. I can't believe something like that happened in Union City. That is very scary.
Another neighbor wanted to talk but asked us not to show her face.
What happened is it's just so sad, and people need to know God so that this will not happen.
After investigating, Union City police say it doesn't appear to be an attempted kidnapping, but rather an attempted robbery.
These crews where they're looking for somebody that's outside of residence to, use them to get access into a house for like a home invasion type crime, or even like
I'm gonna assume the worst. All the time, I'm gonna assume the worst.
A street level robbery. That appeared to be consistent with what we saw.
Police credit the young girl for being alert and thwarting a possible violent confrontation.
Just a very, very sharp, very alert and aware of her surroundings. That's what we try to teach our kids, and even our adults nowadays. With our devices, we can find ourselves lost in a phone and not paying attention to our surroundings.
Police say they are working with surrounding agencies on this investigation and hope to make arrests soon.
I would be pissed. Like, I would absolutely be pissed.
I hope they find them, because there was 5 cops running down this road, and I, dear God, hope they find like some information on that.
A family member told me they're too traumatized to talk right now, but he did ask that all Asians beware, quote, because they're targeting us. A close call averted by an alert young.
So they think that they're targeting Asians now. So it's specifically just for Asian people? I don't know, man. All I know is make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Genly, 40% off your first order plus 20% off life. You got to be super vigilant nowadays and don't take anything for granted. That's what I know.